I spent over $10,000 in coaching, courses and mentorships, all to learn one thing: how to build a YouTube channel that actually gets clients. That investments got me access to the tactics and strategies the top creators are using right now to consistently make millions of dollars with their content. And if I know one thing for sure, it's that the knowledge I gained completely flipped my approach to YouTube on its head. Because as we'll see, what actually works goes against pretty much what everybody tells you to do. So today I'm gonna give you the 4 lessons I paid over $10,000 to learn so you can turn your YouTube channel into a money-making machine. Okay, the first thing I learned is that my content strategy was completely wrong. I've always been told to approach YouTube like a typical funnel, but this approach was killing my conversion rates because it fights against how people naturally consume content. On YouTube, the viewer's journey is completely random. It's not like a typical funnel where someone moves from step 1 to step 2 to step 3 in that exact order. People might watch your middle of funnel content first and then go to your top of funnel content later. And so I realized that my strategy needed to account for this random consumption pattern. So here's how I structure mine and my clients' content now. I use 3 different types of videos that work together and enhance each other instead of being completely separated from one another. This creates a web of interconnected video where no matter in what order the viewer watches my content, they always get closer to working with me. Now, I've actually made an entire video breaking down this ecosystem strategy, like I call it. So I leave a link in the description if you want a full breakdown, but here's a quick version. First, I create educational videos that show how I think about my niche. These are what I call value stories, essentially videos that combine value with a ton of storytelling. So instead of just explaining concepts, I share personal experiences, client situations, and real examples that demonstrate my perspectives, all while building trust, connection, and authority. Second, I make what I call branch videos, and these give more actionable advice on how to implement my unique ideas and approaches. But don't get me wrong, these aren't step-by-step tutorials. They're videos where I show my methodology applied in real-world scenarios. Think of them as demonstration videos where I show how I apply what I preach in my more educational content. And there's a third content type that I would highly recommend but haven't posted myself yet, but will very soon, and these are pure social proof videos. These are, for example, client interviews, case study breakdowns, or behind the scenes content that show transformation happening. And these aren't designed to get the most views, but just by sitting on your page they will make all of your other content seem way more credible. Now, as I said, there's a link to a way more detailed video in the description. I would highly recommend you check it out after this one. When you use this ecosystem approach, every video you'll make compounds the effectiveness of your previous content. Plus, you'll never be dependent on one viral video to grow your business. Your entire channel will work together and become this client-generating machine that works, quite frankly, while you sleep. Treat your channel as an ecosystem instead of a funnel. That's the first learning. Now, one of the biggest realizations I had recently is that quality is way more important than quantity, and this goes against what pretty much everybody teaches. A few months back, I thought that I had to force myself to post one video every single week. I was convinced that posting a mediocre video was better than posting nothing at all. Because this makes sense, right? At least I was getting something out there. But the only thing that it led me to is me being stuck in this content hamster wheel where I was always scrambling to meet my upload schedule. It also led me to pick mediocre ideas because they were easy to execute. My scripts were surface level because I didn't have the time to go deep. And all in all, my entire production suffered because I was always behind schedule. And that's when I realized that I was approaching this completely backwards. I was optimizing for quantity when I should have been optimizing for impact. Mr. B said it perfectly.
The best way to get views, in my opinion, I think it's better to really focus on quality if you're a very small YouTuber, and you can upload a video a day and like all the videos be average, and like none of those videos will really stand out. None of it's like epic enough where like the algorithm's gonna go, oh, this video is good, like we need to spread it. I feel like a lot of small YouTubers, they just post like videos that aren't bad, but they're not great, and they just do that, and none of them ever pop off, so they never get an audience. Where it might be better to like, you know, upload half or a third or even like a fifth of the videos, but make the videos you upload so freaking good that like the algorithm has to promote it and that, you know, it has to find audiences for it.
Now, the goal with your content shouldn't be to get views, but the same goes for conversion and actually making money with your content. One excellent video that deeply resonates with your ideal audience will generate more clients than 10, 15 mediocre videos that barely hold anyone's attention. So now I only post twice a month, but my videos are way more intentional and of way better quality. And this not only made my recent content perform way better, but more importantly, it got me more qualified book calls than when when I was forcing myself to post every single week. Now, don't get me wrong, if you can maintain high quality and post more frequently, you absolutely should. But in most cases, entrepreneurs simply don't have the time. And that's exactly why I recently started taking care of all of the YouTube content for those exact people. Because this lets them post high quality content consistently with barely any time investment. They only need to record for about 2 hours a month, and I take care of everything else: the strategy, the ideas, the scripting, the editing, the thumbnails, and much more. So if that's something you'd be interested in, you can book a call at the end of this video to see if I can actually help you out. Now, the third big thing I learned from investing over $10,000 is the importance of my messaging. Good messaging is probably the easiest way to make you stand out in your niche, but most creators completely ignore this. Imagine you're scrolling through YouTube in the business coaching space and you see 5 people all teaching how to grow your business. They are qualified, they all have success stories, but 4 of them sound exactly the same. They all talk about funnels, ads, hiring teams, and scaling as fast as possible. But one coach has a completely different angle. Instead of how to scale to 6 figures fast, he talks about why scaling fast kills profit margins. Now, the outcome you get from either one of these coaches is the same everywhere: building a more profitable business, but the ways to get there are completely different and sets one guy apart from the rest. That's the power of good messaging, a unique approach to solve the same problem everybody else is solving. And this will not only set you apart from pretty much all of your competition, but it will also let you use one of the most persuasive marketing techniques out there: the hero versus villain dynamic. The hero is your unique approach and the villain is the old way of doing things. And what this will do is let the viewer almost stand behind you to fight against a common enemy. For example, as you might have realized, part of my unique messaging positions YouTube funnels as the villain and YouTube ecosystem as the hero. My client Joey helps people build profitable micro-personal brands on Instagram, and so his villain is viral content and his hero is low-view content but that builds real connection. When you give people something to take a stand against, they not just consume your content anymore, they become part of your team, your movement, your community. Messaging makes you stand out amongst your competition and almost positions you as a cult leader worth following. Perfect. Now, the last big learning is the importance of what I actually make my content about. Up until a few months ago, I was obsessed with giving pure informational value. I followed the advice that every big name was saying: just teach people what you know. So as soon as I learned something new, I made a video about it. And honestly, at first it worked. I even went quite viral with this approach on my first ever YouTube video. Now, this was way back when I was still making content for other video editors, just sharing tutorials and telling them what they should do. But when I rebuilt my channel to focus on helping infopreneurs scale with YouTube, I was still stuck in that same mindset. I kept creating this informational content, just breaking down strategies I learned from the courses I bought or from analyzing other creators. And to be completely honest, I was just screaming for the top of the mountain about what other people should do. So here's what changed. Now I mostly make content about my own strategies and what I'm actually doing for my clients. Essentially, I show people what I'm doing instead of telling them what they should be doing. And this works so much better because people can feel the authenticity. When you share your real experiences, your current challenges, your real results, and your genuine processes, people don't see you as just another expert shouting from the top of the mountain about how to climb it like I was. They see you as someone who is simply showing you how they climbed the mountain so you could do the same. And nowadays, sharing your own personal experience is especially crucial because AI has gotten so good that every piece of tactical information is accessible instantly by just asking ChatGPT. And so the only thing that truly differentiates you is your actual journey, your real results, and your own unique processes that you build with experience. Because AI can give information, but only real experience gives people certainty that these strategies will also work in practice. After spending over 10k to learn how to actually get clients with YouTube, I learned many things. And I realized that the creators winning aren't the ones posting multiple times a week or giving away all the generic information they know. They're the ones with the right strategy, high quality content, and who teach on a deeper level with unique messaging. So if you want to actually build a profitable YouTube channel and you want someone to take care of all of the production for you, so the ideas, the scripting, the editing, the thumbnails, and a lot more, then you can book a call directly with me with the top link in the description. I'll walk you through exactly how I could take care of all of your content for you so you can focus on running your business and not stress about your next upload. So I'm excited to talk with you soon. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one. Also, just a quick reminder, here's the link to the ecosystem video. I think it could really help you out even more.